were originally in Hebrew first yod. And we've already seen that this hey, before a vocalic ending, drops off. Remember we said before that it sort of vocalizes, it behaves as if it's a vowel, and that's what happens here. What happens in this form is I'm going to rewrite this one. It's kind of hard to write at this angle. The Segol hey drops off. That's a pretty pathetic bake, isn't it? Much better. The Segol hey drops off. And you would expect this to be the form when the accent moves forward. But what actually happens here is we get a secondary development. That is, why yivin is a little slippery to pronounce with this schwa here. So what happens is, since you've got this schwa in this position, you get a helping vowel developing just to make it easier to pronounce. This is purely for pronunciation's sake. And the form that we end up with is yivin with a segol. And that's just to make it, the segol is really a secondary kind of development just to make it easier to pronounce. So from yivneh, we get yivin, accent there on the first syllable. If it helps you to think of it as the segol just sliding over when the hey drops off, you can think of it that way. This is really a helping vowel. We have a term for this in Hebrew. When a form shortens, the term that we use frequently is to say that it apocopates. It becomes an apocopated form, which means a short form. But we like long words because, justifies big salaries, all those things. So yivneh shortens or apocopates to become yivin. We actually call these helping vowels anatyptic vowels, but that's too many big words in one day, so we won't worry about that. But you should know, because we're likely to refer to these forms apocopating or becoming apocopated or shortened. Very common language kind of word. But again, the accent is here, it's still where its accent is moved forward, and your primary recognition points for these, that is the heuric, is still there. It's just that, like the forms with the vocalic ending, the hay's just dropped off. Finally, we have one other word whose behavior is just peculiar. Okay, no real rhyme or reason to this. Another extremely common word, the imperfect form of to be, yihyeh. When we add the wow to the front, this is third hey as well, right? So what's going to happen here, just based on what we saw? The hey is going to drop off. I'll rewrite this one here as well. So the hey drops off, but here we get, for some reason, no real rhyme or reason to explain this. We get a change in the pointing. This heuric, for some reason, becomes a schwa, and we get this. Why yahi? This is a vocal schwa. Two y's, right? Why yahi? Again, the accent is there. Why yahi? This is also a very, very common word, and there's nothing to do except just to learn that this is the wow consecutive imperfect or preterite form of haya. But with all of these changes really all amount to the same thing. Pardon?
That was.
That's, as it often occurs, correct. Yeah, I mean, in narrative, yes, was. Right, he was, as in the king, or the man became king, and he was, well, it's hard to find a good example because it's not a stative verb, but he was doing something or other. Yeah. But yes, you'll find that form in the place of the form to be. Yeah.
So you're putting accent over yod there, and the yod's got schwa. You're
Yes, as I said, this is very peculiar form. Yeah, why yahi? Well, hold it, I didn't make a mistake there, did I? Let me double check. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did make a mistake in that case. This is apparently, the accent stays there. It doesn't move forward in this form. Why yahi? So it's just not, if it's here, it's on the last syllable, so it's just not written. So you won't see it. You won't see it written at all. But in any case, this is the form. Why yahi?
The doggish also goes away too, right?
The doggish, yes, that's right. Yeah, thank you. Why? Yeah, but why yahi? So this form is just a sort of sui generis. You just have to. This is when you just sort of have to learn. The rest of these all essentially do the same thing, right? In each of these cases, basically what's happening is the accentation is shifting forward, and you're getting changes, reduction of a vowel in the theme position as a result. Here, minor variation because of the third hey being vocalic and dropping off and develop a helping vowel. But that's all that happens with these. There's nothing really problematic about these because in each case, except for haya, in each case the primary recognition points, sere or holum, comets, and hirit remain the same as for the imperfect. And you have the regular pointing of the wow consecutive form at the front of the word. So so there shouldn't be, any. For example, there is a form. There is a word in Hebrew, bean, to understand. Okay, and you say, well, how does this compare with bana? This is a hollow verb. So so what happens here is you get that dropping out and the segol there, and you see the hollow verb is y yavin, and the third hey verb is y yivin. So there's even where you can't tell what this consonant is because you've got the remaining two consonants are the same. The vowel pointing tells you what kind it is, just as it always does. Just because comets is always with hollow, hirik always with third hey, at least unless it happens to be first guttural as well, and you get other oddities. But essentially, you just look in the same place you always look at the preformative and the vowel associated with it to see what it is. And you'll note the accent shifted forward. That won't really tell you what kind of verb it is because it happens with all of these except haya. But so that's the story as far as weak verbs go in these wow consecutive forms. Any other questions about these before we move on to the last topic before our exercises? I'm going to erase this so I have some more space to write. Okay, there is one other part to the story here.